What is going on, everybody? Welcome in to the Diamondbacks versus Yankees post-game show for Game 1 on April the 1st of 2025, ladies and gentlemen. Huge shout out to the people that are currently in the chat right now. What a day and what a freaking game for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, we are going to be covering on the separate channel here, Calais Campbell now being a member of the Arizona Cardinals again. We'll be getting to that a little later on. We did put a video out there, but another live stream will be assessed for that specifically on the AZ Sports Fan channel on YouTube. But today, we want to talk about how fantastic of a game we just saw from our Arizona Diamondbacks. And man, I'm just so excited. This team right here is legit, man. Is legit. I know there was a level of a little bit of what's the word? Like kind of worrisome because when you split with the when you split with the Chicago Cubs, which I don't think the Cubs are a bad team. I think they're actually a pretty solid team. Now, are they going to consistently stay like that? Who knows, right? Maybe they might drop off, more during the dog days of summer, right? Maybe towards September or August, they might drop off. Who knows? But as of right now, they're a pretty solid team, at least offensively, right? Bullpen, they're a little worrisome. And yes, the Diamondbacks had an opportunity to potentially even start the season at 1-3, but hallelujah for an amazing 8th inning last game versus the Chicago Cubs. And this one is no different, ladies and gentlemen. This is no different. What a massive game for the Arizona Diamondbacks to take Game 1 versus the New York Yankees. Now, we are at 3-2 on this very young season. I'm just excited, man. I'm absolutely super excited about baseball season coming back. It's been long overdue, and I think we're in for a very exciting time. Now, let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about obviously the big storylines leaving this game. Corbin Burns, the long-anticipated debut as an Arizona Diamondback. And I think overall, he actually did a pretty fantastic job. Now, yes, by the time he actually left the game, we were down 4-2. But man, he was wheeling and dealing. He was doing a pretty darn fantastic job in this game versus the Yankees. He was striking out people left and right. Now, unfortunately, Josh Naylor with really bad throw to first base. Obviously, completely took off Corbin Burns off the bag and completely sailed over his head and just had the Yankees score 2 easy runs on just a play that could have got us out of that inning, right? And like I said, Corbin Burns was wheeling and dealing, right? 8 strikeouts. Now, he did walk three Yankees, which is unfortunate. ERA of 2. He had 4 hits, and he pitched in 4.1 innings. So overall, I thought it was a pretty solid debut. Could have been a little bit better. Could he have been stretched out a little bit more? Yeah, he could have, but I feel like in that last inning, it just completely got away from him, right? It completely got away from him. And I'm excited about Corbin Burns and what he can potentially do for the Diamondbacks moving forward. But thankfully for Jalen Beeks, kind of came in here and he held his own from the bullpen. Was it 1.2 innings pitch? Shelby Miller, a very familiar name for the Diamondbacks, pitched in 1 inning. Justin Martinez, 3 strikeouts. My goodness, 3 strikeouts for J Mart. This kid is going to be special. I know we've kind of been through some bumps and bruises with J Mart, but overall, I'm excited to see what his career is going to be here for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And he's been wheeling and dealing for the start here of the 2025 season. 3 strikeouts pitched in 1 inning. And of course, you got AJ Puck, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. Now, he did give up a home run. I believe it was to Rice, if I'm not mistaken, for the Yankees. Yeah, Ben Rice got a home run on him. But overall, it almost kind of seems like I'm seeing Puck in that role of the closer role a little bit more times than not. Now, we did hear Torey Lovello come out and say we're probably going to have like one of those closing roles where we don't have a defined closer, but we're probably going to be playing by matchups. And honestly, I think at the end of the day, I'm just excited to see these bullpen games not getting away from the Arizona Diamondbacks. I think for the most part, why we've been losing games is not bullpen related, right? Or at least, now granted, it's a 5-game sample size, right? So I guess we can't really say that so much. Let's see what a 10-game sample size looks like here for the Arizona Diamondbacks. But overall, I think the start of the season has been amazing, and the Yankees aren't an easy team to beat. I don't know if you guys been keeping track by the Yankees, but they absolutely swept the Brewers. And I mean, embarrassingly. Like they beat down on the Brewers. It was a 3-game series. They swept them. Now, the Yankees did on Thursday beat them 4-2, right? So that was pretty respectable. But on Saturday's game and on Sunday's game, it was an absolute beatdown. On Saturday, it was 20 runs for the Yankees, 9 runs for the Brewers, and for the Sunday's game, it was 12 runs for the Yankees and 3 runs for the Brewers. So they also had a day off like we did on Monday, came back around, and now we're starting a 3-game series with the Yankees over in New York. So I'm excited, man. I think overall he actually had a pretty darn fantastic stand-up debut, right? Overall, pretty fantastic debut. Corbin Burns, I'm excited to see what he can do starting off the season pretty hot with 8 strikeouts. Yes, he had an ERA of 2, but fantastic job. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen. Now, yes, you're probably seeing the scoreboard and saying things like, "Oh man, there was a lot of production." There was a lot of production for the Arizona Diamondbacks overall, right? But the 8th inning, again, it's been something that for the past couple games, I don't know if the 8th inning is just something that we're just lucky. I don't know. We're just really putting the bats on the ball and we're scoring a lot of runs in the 8th inning. At least it happened this last game versus the Chicago Cubs, and now this last game here, which was today versus the Yankees. Now, let's paint the picture, right? The way that this game started was we did see I believe it was a walk from Geraldo Perdomo, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it was a walk. And then there was it was a good pitch, but man, Corbin Carroll was on it. Corbin Carroll was on that pitch, completely sent it out of the park, and started off with a Corbin Carroll home run. Can't make that stuff up. It was absolutely beautiful. And then you started to see kind of the home run derby kind of come into plays. In the bottom of the third, Jason Dominguez had his own home run. And then from there, uh, you also saw another home run from Anthony Volpe. So then it was tied 2-2 at that very moment. From there, in the 8th inning, oh no, I'm sorry, in the 4th, right at the bottom of the 4th, where the Diamondbacks could have got out of that inning because Corbin Burns actually came out in the 5th inning. I think he got one guy out, if I'm not mistaken, but there was a bad throw by Josh Naylor, a bad throw by Josh Naylor, which caused them to get 4 easy runs when we could have left that inning at 2-2, right? But again, the 8th inning, man, the 8th inning for the top of the 8th for the Diamondbacks, single from Perdomo, force out by Corbin Carroll. So it was an out there. Pavin walks. Then you get, what was it after that? Cattell walks as well. And then you got Josh Naylor in a strikeout situation. So then it becomes 2 outs, right? And Eugenio Suarez was struggling that game. I believe he was 0 for 3 at that very moment. He actually, hit into a double play earlier in that game as well. But man, what an amazing hit from Eugenio Suarez, man. Absolutely belts it. And now he's got 5 home runs on the season. 5 games, 5 home runs for Suarez. Absolutely the MVP so far of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, it's really good to see Corbin Carroll get his own home run. I think that's absolutely super amazing to see it. But overall, I think this is a pretty fantastic start to the season. I thought I was kind of I was a little worried about the Yankees, and I'm still, right? We still got 2 games. Things can change between now until game 2, which is going to be tomorrow, right? Now, this is a big game. This is a big game for momentum. This is a big game for potential winning of a series against the very, very good Yankee team, especially offensively, because they lose Juan Soto. They lose Juan Soto, and then they get what? Goldschmidt, former Arizona Diamondback. They bring in Bellinger. They bring in some other guys that can hit the freaking ball. So this is a good offensive team. It's just we went toe-to-toe with them. We went toe-to-toe with the New York Yankees, and the Arizona Diamondbacks came out victorious. Eugenio Suarez, take a bow. 5 home runs in 5 games so far this season. Absolutely amazing. We got Joseph in the chat. What's up, Joseph? He says, "What's up, AZ Sports fan? Let's go AZ Snakes and Arizona Cardinals. We got our player back." Absolutely. We will be talking about the obviously the Calais Campbell addition, which is absolutely huge. We'll be talking about that a little later on. Maybe we're going to be doing a live stream on the AZ Sports Fan YouTube page. If you guys do not know, if you're watching this on X and Twitter, this is its own designated channel. The Arizona Sports Fan Diamondbacks, it's his own separate channel. I don't know if you guys know. You guys probably don't make content, but YouTube really, really punishes you for not having a specific niche. So we made our own channel, right? Arizona Sports Fan Diamondbacks. I think that's what is it exactly called? Let me give you the exact channel. So for the people watching this on X/Twitter, and you're like, "Oh, Mike's talking about the Diamondbacks," it's not on the actual AZ Sports Fan YouTube page. It's on AZ Sports Fan dash Arizona Diamondbacks. That is where this is coming from. Live. We're doing live streams on here as well, reacting to obviously the Arizona Diamondbacks and hopefully this great season that's going to be coming our way. So if you guys haven't already gone over there, hit a subscribe. We are on the road to 700 over there, and we're going to be trying to make this channel more consistent, right? We've been trying for a very long time. It's just really hard because the Diamondback season or the baseball season is so freaking long with 162 games. We're not going to be able to go live every single game. It's just not possible. I got a family, I got all this different stuff, but we will be more consistent on this channel moving forward. But let's continue to completely talk about what has happened here for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And it's a good start, man. It's a really, really good start to the 2025 season. But like I said, you got 162 total games on the season. This isn't going to be like, oh, the Diamondbacks are going to the World Series. It's going to be a dogfight. You're going to be going to the dog days of summer. That's just the way that it is. But overall, a fantastic start. And let me say this right now, the MVP of this Arizona Diamondback team right now is this man right here. Eugenio Suarez absolutely is belting it. He is hitting the exact moments we need him to. And this is a huge win. An absolute huge win for the Arizona Diamondbacks going into Game 6 of the 2025 season and giving the Yankees their first loss. That's amazing. It's so good, man. It's so good. So good. Now, let's continue to talk about the other guys on this roster, right? You also got Ketel Marte. He's played okay. I mean, I'm not worried about Ketel. I think Ketel is going to get into his own. He had 4 at-bats today, 1 run, and I believe he walked once as well. But he hasn't been as consistent as I would like him to. Josh Naylor, on the other hand, defensively, I think he's pretty solid with obviously that really, really bad error throw to Corbin Burns that completely sailed over his head, which allowed the Yankees to get 2 runs on us. I think overall Josh Naylor has been pretty solid defensively, but I want to see a little bit more offensively moving forward. I really do. Obviously, Gabby Moreno is always going to be the number 1 catcher for us. Alec Thomas, here and there, has some shine here and there. Jake McCarthy, speed, right? McCarthy has the speed. Alec Thomas has speed, but was really, really good defensively. Grichuk, I think he had a really, really solid double today. So Lourdes, I know he's going to come into his own as well. I think he only had 1 at-bat today. And then Perdomo had 3 at-bats. But overall, man, I'm excited to see what offensively this team is going to do. One of the biggest knocks on the Arizona Diamondbacks for years was the fact that we just didn't have a good bullpen. We didn't have a good bullpen at all. So now let's see what this looks like heading into, or leaving Game 10 of the season, right? Right now, we got 5 games under our belt. We split against the Chicago Cubs, and now we are leading the series versus the New York Yankees at 1-0. 2 more games coming our way. They are going to be 4 o'clock. It's going to be 4 o'clock both days tomorrow, 4:05 p.m. AZ time, as well as on Thursday, 4:05 p.m. AZ time as well. And then after them, we're getting ready for a 3-game series versus the Nationals. So let's take care of business here. We are in New York. Do I expect the sweep? No, but I would hope that this Diamondback team is going to be able to somehow win the series, right? starts tomorrow. Let's see what we're going to do. We have Gallen back on the mound. Let's see if he can go ahead and make up for what happened in game one of versus the Chicago Cubs, because I feel like Gallen could be just a smidge better. Gallen could be a smidge better. Let's be a little bit more consistent, and I think we can definitely take that game here versus the New York Yankees. So, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Give me a huge smack that like button if you guys can do me that favor. Subscribe if this is your first time here. We are on the road to 700 on the Arizona Sports Fan Dash the Arizona Diamondbacks. Go ahead and let me know in the comments below, especially if you're watching this on the playback. Huge win by the Diamondbacks. Let's go ahead and let's see what game 2 holds for us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day and go D-backs.